I'm an engineering professor, and for the past 14 years, I've been teaching craft. Not that I'm a bad teacher, but I've been studying and teaching about human waste and how waste is conveyed through these wastewater treatment plants and how we engineer and design these treatment plants so that we can protect surface water like rivers. I've based my scientific career on using leading-edge molecular techniques, DNA and RNA-based methods, to look at microbial populations in biological reactors, and again, to optimize these systems. And over the years, I have developed an unhealthy obsession with toilets. And I've been known to sneak into toilets and take my camera phone all over the world. But along the way, I've learned that it's not just the technical side, but there's also this thing called the culture of craft. So for example, how many of you are washers and how many of you are wipers? Well, I guess you know what I mean. If you're a washer, then you use water for anal cleansing. That's the technical term. And if you're a wiper, then you use toilet paper, or in some regions of the world where it's not available, newspaper, or rags, or corn cobs. And this is not just a piece of trivia, but it's really important to understand and solve the sanitation problem. And it is a big problem. There are 2.5 billion people in the world who don't have access to adequate sanitation. For them, there's no modern toilet. And there are 1.1 billion people whose toilets are the streets, or riverbanks, or open spaces. And again, the technical term for that is open defecation. But that is really simply shitting in the open. And if you're living in fecal material and it's surrounding you, you're going to get sick. It's going to get into your drinking water, into your food, into your immediate surroundings. So the United Nations estimates that every year there are 1.5 million child deaths because of inadequate sanitation. That's one preventable death every 20 seconds, 171 every hour, 4,100 every day. And so to avoid open defecation, municipalities and cities build infrastructure, for example, like pit latrines in peri-urban and rural areas. For example, in KwaZulu-Natal province in South Africa, they've built tens of thousands of these pit latrines. But there's a problem when you scale up to tens of thousands. And the problem is, what happens when the pits are full? This is what happens. People defecate around the toilet. And in schools, children defecate on the floors and then leave the trail outside the building and start defecating around the building. And these pits have to be cleaned and manually emptied. And who does the emptying? You've got these workers who have to sometimes go down into the pits and manually remove the contents. It's a dirty and dangerous business. As you can see, there's no protective equipment, no protective clothing. There's one worker down there, I hope you can see him. He's got a face mask on, but no shirt. And in some countries, like India, the lower castes are condemned to empty the pits, and they're further condemned by society. So you ask yourself, how can we solve this? And why don't we just build Western-style flush toilets for these 2.5 billion? And the answer is it's just not possible. In some of these areas, there's not enough water, there's no energy. It's going to cost tens of trillions of dollars to lay out the sewer lines and to build the facilities and to operate and maintain these systems. And if you don't build it right, you're going to have flush toilets that basically go straight into the river, just like what's happening in many cities in the developed world. And is this really the solution? Because essentially what you're doing is you're using clean water and you're using it to flush your toilet, convey it to a wastewater treatment plant, which then discharges to a river, and that river, again, is a drinking water source. So we've got to rethink sanitation. We've got to reinvent